Hello, hello, and welcome back to the E.G.C. It was a great week for me, and I was hoping it was a great week for y'all with the amount of comics that we gotten. We will be going through them all, and if I didn't pick one, if I didn't mention one that you guys have ever read, or read this, or read up with last week, sorry about all that, read with last week, put them down in the comments as usual. But let's get right into it. So obviously we'll be doing my least to my favorite, and it's a big one. So first up we got G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero, issue number 327. Now this one is Black Hat, Don Marino, Sherlock, Jinx, and CoverGirl. So we have those five. They're in Sierra Gordo. They're checking out another relaunch, the Super Cynetic Blue Ninjas and all that, and they're going to be attacking another Terror Dome. Now, it was pretty good. I did really like this one, and it left with a pretty good cliffhanger. We got to see some good action. We got to see Downrange doing some more sniper stuff. So I like the sniper stuff. So good, recommend, very very good. Next up, we have G.I. Joe silent options. So, like I said from last week, we're going to get another silent options every week. So I am all for this. Let's go. So this is about the Crimson Guard. This one, and yet again another good one. But this one it was on one of the attacks on Cobra Island. So this is all the way back in, I believe, the Marvels run, if I got that right. If anyone read this comment and if it wasn't the Marvel run but the IDW, let me know down below. But we get to see Cobra Commander be Cobra Commander as usual. These Freds, they need a better leader, but Crimson Guard yet again holding it down for Cobra just to snake his own way out of it and betraying everyone or backstabbing whoever he can find, as usual, right? But definitely love this one. Definitely really good silent options. I love the majority of the silent options, so it's pretty easy for me to like another one. So definitely check this one out. Next up, we actually have Transformers issue number 31. Now with this one, I should have showed you the covers for the other ones. That is my fault. So with this one, we are actually it's a Decepticon issue, which I'm all for Decepticons. Let's go. With It was going through Megatron is having some. We're finding out from Rumble that Megatron has been constantly having these like weird like flashes, and he's acting on super crazy. But now we're finally going into, and we're actually getting to see what Megatron is actually seeing, and it's because of the Matrix of Oppression, the ones that he was given by the Quintessicon or the Quintessence, all the way back in like Daniel Warren Johnson's run, and we get to see more of the other Decepticons that all have the Matrix of Oppression, and we get to see it's kind of like how when Optimus gets to see the Matrix of Leadership, and we get to see all the other primes. We get to see the opposite with Megatron, or we'll get to see the same thing with Megatron. And I thought that was a really good one, very good, way better than the last issue. I'm coming back. I'm coming back. I'm liking this Transformer issue way better. And we actually get to see Megatronus. I thought that was a good one. I love how they are working with Megatron and how his mind's working. And he's going to be changing. I really hope y'all read this one. Definitely check it out. This is a very good series so far. It has its little downs from like the last couple issues, but hopefully we get some better explanations. But like I said, this one is all about the Decepticons, mainly about Megatron. So definitely give it a good go. Uh, Next up, we have Fury of the Firestorm, issue number 1. So this is just a brand new issue. This is first. This issue's very first issue just came out last week. I don't know much or little bit to nothing about Firestorm. I know he has this like super crazy ability where he can like manipulate matter essentially. Like he could change stuff so crazy. And I thought this was a good introduction for me. I liked how his powers worked. I liked his story, and we get to meet Lorraine, the Firehawk, which from what they're saying that was his girlfriend, and I mean she looks badass too. I was loving it. We now know that uh, Firestorm isn't really Firestorm. He's not really there because when we see him in his head, he's going like through this constant loop, like he's figuring something out, and then something happens, and it just changes, and it loops back to this random day for him. So in Firestorm head, he has no idea what's going on, and someone is controlling his mind. And so I thought this was a very good intro to him for me to understand who he is. I actually really like this. I will be definitely getting the next month's issue. So if you are a Firestorm fan, please let me know if if there is a better one or what y'all's opinions on this one. So I really want to know. So definitely good one. Now with this one, Dick Tracy, issue number 16. We are back with Dick Tracy. We had the St. Patty's Day monthly issue, and that was really much of their break. So now we're back to the next series of Dick Tracy. Now we start out with a Manny Ellis's man. There's so many names. I'm so sorry. And so now they're getting attacked by Big Boy Carpice, and so now it's a little another gang war going on, and they started out this next series for him very strong, and now we see our man Pat, which is super cool. I love how Pat's in there. He's the new chief of police, and now he's talking to Dick because somebody wants him to be to be oh my god, to be taken down, to be less of a person of who he is, to have very negative opinions. They're trying to get him fired. They're trying to make him look like he's very bad. And so Dick Tracy's like he's like talking to Pat like something's going on, and Pat's like, hey, you need to watch your back, or I'm forced to, because his hands being forced to actually take action, he might get let go or something. So now Dick Tracy's having a now he's having his own problems himself, and we actually get a little bit of his backstory. We get to see a past of him of his time as the chief of police, and we got to find out that Flat Top was actually there uh, as at the police academy with Dick Tracy, but Flat Top could not make it because he had mental disability or some kind of mental thing that they could not. He failed the mental evaluation. That's what it was. My fault. He failed the mental evaluation, and but one of the I think it was the last chief. He was like, "Hey, you couldn't make it, but there is something that we could have you do. It's something that other police work that we would want you to handle." So now we know that the police academy and a whole bunch of stuff is very corrupt, and I hope Dick Tracy can find all of this stuff out. I think this the next series for Dick Tracy is starting out strong, really good, highly recommend. Now, with this next one, we have Emperor Aquaman, issue 16. Issue 16 is up here at the right above my finger now. This is issue 16. This was the only cover I found. Crypto he's not actually in this issue. And I need to talk about this because I actually made a mistake when I was at my comic shop. I was actually reading Aquaman. I started reading Aquaman or this series at issue number 5, and I had him put it on my list at issue 14. I was like, hey, can you put this on my list? They changed the name to Emperor Aquaman, so so he was looking for Aquaman, or he was waiting on Aquaman to put in my pull box, but it was Emperor Aquaman. So I made a mistake. I actually did read the last issue 15, last week, and I still liked it, and obviously, so I'm gonna keep recommending Aquaman, Emperor Aquaman. So we start out with this one with King Shark. King Shark, he's a known enemy for Aquaman. Aquaman's another character I don't really know too much about, but definitely willing to read any comic book character if they catch my interest. But we get to see King Shark actually wanting to join Aquaman and helping connecting all blues because there's this giant prophecy going on. Now they go King Shark, the Hammerhead Shark guy, and one other shark guy. So we have Aquaman and Triple Sharks going to another planet or another universe that's connected through the All Blue, and then they run into some problems themselves and found out that all these people are being controlled, and Aquaman is doing his best to save the day because you know Aquaman always does. We get to see some really cool Aquaman powers. I'm loving what they're doing with Aquaman. Definitely want to hear from y'all about this issue too because this I think this issue is really good as well as the other ones. But this one's a good, very good. High recommend. Issue number 16. Definitely check that one out. Now, this next one, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles issue 17. I almost said 16. I had to look. So many issue 16s, so many issue 17s. This one's just another comic book. I don't think they have the other issues. No, I don't think so. It might be somewhere in here, but I don't want to waste too much of your time. Now, issue 17. We all are at the part where Splinter is he got captured by the Foot Clan, and now they're opening a portal to the Komi no Yumi, the land of the dead, and for their world for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and he's like, oh, all of my predictions are coming true because you know Leonardo, because he thinks Leonardo is gonna get stabbed. He thinks Raphael is gonna get killed by Casey. Uh, Mikey or Michelangelo, he's gonna get booted into the portal, and Don's also gonna get taken down. But I don't think Splinter realizes it's because of his presence is causing all this stuff to happen because he's there. And now they brought in this monster. I can't pronounce it. I'm with Mikey on this issue. Guy Galba Bush. What? The Gasha do Koro. Yes, the Gasha do Koro. Look, I'm gonna show you the Gashado Kuro. I am so bad at this pronunciation stuff. But anyways, as you can see, you know, super cool. I still think it's super cool and a very good monster. But that the giant skeleton monster comes out the portal, and now Splinter's like he's like still freaking out really crazy. He doesn't understand. Mikey does get thrown into the portal, but he gets to see his mom, you know, all their moms. So that was really heart or touching. So this is going to turn out to a really good issue. There's something crazy that happens with Splinter and the giant skeleton. I don't want to spoil too much. I think this is issues. That's like the other comics. I don't like to spoil too much. I definitely want to just talk about a little bit of what's going on, and I hope that y'all will check it out or read it. And I have other comments to go through, so I don't want to waste too much time. But definitely high number issue. Definitely check this one out. Super good, amazing. So that was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles issue 17. Now my last one, my pick of the week, Space Ghost issue 10. What David Pepose has been doing with this series, I have just been loving since the first volume. So this is Space Ghost Volume 2, Issue 10. The first volume, Volume 1, I've been loving. I think I started that one on Issue 3. Obviously, I've read 1, 2, and 3. And I've been reading this series since it's been coming out. And I love David Pepose' work with this one. Super good. I think it's Jonathan Lau. Yeah. Jonathan Lau is the artist. I think he is probably one of the best artists for this series in particular. So good. We we finally get to meet more of the Time Master. The Time Master is this he's been like playing a part since Space Spectre. Jace well when Jace grows up he becomes the Space Spectre. So we finally get to see more of him. He's been like a little bit here and there, but now in this issue we really get to see how he is, how strong he is, and what he can do. And he is giving Space Ghost a giant run for his money. Uh, he gets with Jan and Jace. They've been fighting him, and then they all get thrown into a portal. So Space Ghost and Blip gets blasted into the past, and Jan and Jace gets blasted into the future. That's when they get to meet our good man Space Spectre. But it's not over for Space Ghost. Space Ghost is getting beaten up, but after now he's in the past, the time master, he is sending more people, so we get to meet more characters that is going to be chasing Space Ghost because the time master wants Space Ghost's temporal energy for something. We don't know exactly what yet, but I cannot wait to find out what it is and how Space Ghost, Jan, Jace, and now Space Spectre is going to beat all of this, beat all of the problems that they're going to have and run into, and how they're going to finally take down the Time Master. I think this is definitely super good, uh, highly picked out, one of the best comics that's going on this series right here. Definitely another solo series to check out. If I would give anyone, definitely my pick of the week. Definitely check this one out. Now, that was all the comics. Like I said, this was a big week. We had so many good comics to go through, and I've been loving it all so far. I really hope y'all have been getting good comics, and definitely let me know down in the comments what comics you've been reading, what comics you think I should check out, and let me know if you read any of the comics that I have and what your thoughts about. And as usual, have a good one.